Good morning, YouTube. Rev here. Time for a cup of coffee with Jesus. Brazilian coffee at a hotel room. Who would have thought? Pretty good cup of coffee, have to say. Just wanted to touch in with you guys this morning. The Lord woke me up early this morning, and He said, remember the story of Jesus asking Peter to feed his sheep. So I got up and I looked at the word, and it's John 21, starting with verse 15. So when they had finished breakfast, Jesus said to Simon Peter, Simon, son of John, do you love me more than these? He said to him, yes, Lord, you know I love you. He said to him, tend my sheep. He said to him again a second time, Simon, son of John, do you love me? He said to him, yes, Lord, you know I love you. And he said, shepherd my sheep. And he said to him a third time, Simon, son of John, do you love me? And Peter was grieved, because he said to him for the third time, do you love me? And he said to him, Lord, you know all things. You know that I love you. Jesus said to him, tend to my sheep. When I was looking at this morning, I always was focused on the part where Jesus asked him, do you love me? There's 3 different kinds of love that he's talking about. But it's the shepherding and the tending. There's 2 different types. First he says, tend to the lambs. Tend to the young people. And that's caring for them, giving them what they need, nurturing for them. It's not just feeding them. But as they grow, he said, then you're going to have to shepherd my sheep. You're going to have to put your personality aside, and you're going to have to shepherd them the way that I want you to. You have strong personality traits, Peter, but I need you to shepherd them the way I'm asking you to shepherd them. It kind of rings home here. But then when he gets down to the end, he says, Jesus told him, then tend my sheep. Tend is a Greek word. It is basko, and it's to feed, but it's portraying the duty of a Christian teacher to promote in every way the spiritual welfare of the members of the church. That's what Jesus was telling Peter. You can make sure everything's okay, but are you portraying the duty of a Christian teacher to promote in every way the spiritual welfare of the members of the church? Because it's not just making sure that they're fed. It's making sure that they're taken care of. It's making sure that they're doing spiritual work that they need to do deep inside. They're doing some soul care. It's not that you have them operating in the 4 walls of a building. It's important, people. We have to do soul care so we can tend to the sheep properly. Remember, it's not always about what takes place in the 4 walls. That's why you're like the Jewish tradition of teaching, walking along the roadside, stopping when you're breaking bread together. It's always a teaching moment with Jesus. Always a teaching moment, because he's always pouring into us if we'll just tune our ears into the spiritual FM channel that he's putting out. If you're younger, you might not even know what an FM radio is, because people just do their iPods and their phones and their Apple Music and their Amazon Music, but you used to have to turn the dial and you'd have to tune it in real fine so you could get a clear channel on a radio. Same way with Jesus. He says, tune in so what I'm telling you to teach, you can teach. Because it's not always in the format of a teacher in a classroom and as a preacher from a pulpit, or even as a mother to a child or a father to a child. It's always a teaching moment with Jesus. Lean into it. Understand it. Tend the sheep. Glad you guys tuned in this morning for a cup of coffee with Jesus. DoubleTree Brazilian coffee this morning. Pretty tasty coffee. I hope you guys have a great day today. And as always, remember, I love you. Jesus really loves you, and there's really nothing you can do about it. I hope you guys have a great day. Goodbye.